Hey, so I just want to start out saying I am not a doctor. I'm not giving anybody any advice whatsoever. I'm just kind of, I don't know, vlogging about my own weight loss journey. Just because I'm doing something doesn't mean you should do it. If you have questions, you should definitely talk to a professional, a doctor, nutritionist. This is just my information. So I started out at 275 this year, and currently on what I'm doing right now, I'm 269 pounds. My long term goal, which I should be able to hit next year in the fall, I'm hoping is about 150 to 155. I'm gonna reevaluate that with a doctor when I'm around 200 pounds. For those of you who don't know me, I am 32 years old. I'm male. I am 5 foot 8 inches tall, and I've tried losing weight so many times, even since I was a teenager. Closest I got was I was down in the low 200s when I was going to college and I was biking to work every day. That was about as close as I've gotten, and I don't know. I just I finally took steps to, I think, kind of ensure my long term success. I hope anyway. It's like I've tried keto, I've tried fasting, I've tried going to the gym, and like keto, I would lose maybe 20 pounds, and it's just so hard to like have a good keto diet. Because yeah, you're just eating fats and proteins, but like most of the fats and proteins that are accessible when you're on the run have a lot of salt, have a lot of saturated fats in them. So they're not good for you. So even if you are losing weight, you could be increasing numbers elsewhere, and like I could feel it. It's great if you can afford a bunch of avocados and a bunch of like really healthy fats, and you can kind of manage that. But like it just wasn't working for me. Fasting works really well. I don't think it works well for weight loss though. I don't mean like intermittent fasting. I mean like fasting for 48 to 72 hours max. It can be really refreshing. At least it was for me. Like again, I'm not recommending anybody do what I do. Going to the gym, like it does feel good, but like the cold hard reality is, unless you are a top level athlete, you're probably just not going to work out enough to, without making changes to your diet, create enough of a caloric deficit to make any sort of long term difference there. So what I am doing, I started this last Friday, is tirzepatide. It's a GLP-1 and GIP agonist. I don't have the brand name. The brand name is like Zepbound and Mounjaro. They're way more like the compounding stuff that I'm taking is still fairly expensive, but the brand name medications like 1,000 plus a month. It's way outside of my budget. And there's it's the same drug. I'm doing the injectables. It's working very well for me. And like, if you have any questions about that, again, I just say talk to your doctor. I wouldn't go and buy stuff off of a gray market and you know get who knows what back. I would just, like, if that's something you're interested in, I'd talk to a doctor. What it's done for me, the biggest thing is it kind of flips the script. So I the first 24 to 48 hours after the injections when the drug is the strongest, but in general, even at this starting dose, which is pretty low and most people do step up, I don't have any desire to eat. There's no hunger, there's no thirst either, no alcohol cravings. It's Yeah, so like the problem, instead of feeling hungry and wanting to eat, is I don't want to eat, so I need to make sure that I eat enough. And ultimately, what that does for me is I have turned an emotional problem into an engineering problem. And it's a lot easier for my brain to deal with an engineering problem. I can turn, like the calories, the macros, all of that into it's just raw math and routine. That's easier for me. I don't know if that would work better for everybody, but like it's a lot easier for me to deal with. And I mean, so far I'm down 5 or 6 pounds. It's probably kind of an overestimate because it's just my home scale. I'm probably closer to like 4 or 5 pounds down. Um, Things I'm doing is like, I'm doing daily weigh-ins. Um, I have a strict diet that I'm following, and I'm hoping to do it 90% of the time. And you know, it's worked so far, and it feels, even in this early stage, more maintainable. Um, like the reason why I'm overweight, I mean, obviously it's the way I grew up, but there's trauma there, and I won't like this. This isn't going to be about my trauma, but I've had a lot of hurt in the past. I've had a lot of bad experiences as a child, as an adult, and like that rewires your brain in a certain way, where food kind of, it becomes like a dopamine rush. Not to say that people just eat because it feels good, but you how many times have you heard the phrase comfort food? And I'm not saying that food shouldn't give you like comfort per se, or that it shouldn't taste good. I think food should probably most of the time not be something of comfort. I think it should be something that this is nutrition for me. And I think it should taste good, but I don't think it should be something that your brain thinks of when you're undergoing stress, which is what my brain does. And it just, at the end of the day, intentional weight loss fails like 80 to 95% of the time. And it's not like a lack of willpower, it's biology. People will get metabolic adaptation. Their body will just adjust to the level of energy that it's taking in, instead of appropriately burning the same amount of calories. Your hormones shift. Your body might go into famine mode, and it spikes your appetite, which is one of the things that I like about this drug, is it targets that receptor in my brain that gives me an appetite in the first place. So there is no spiking of my appetite. You'll get things online that I think people should avoid, like any sort of health influencer. If they're like on TikTok or YouTube, I would be very careful to listen to anything that they say, especially if they're trying to sell you something. If they're trying to sell you something, then it's not just good advice at the bottom of their heart. And if they're not like a board certified doctor, if they're not a board certified nutritionist, I mean, like, again, I'd just be careful. And I mean, even if they are a doctor, there are doctors who sell things on videos. They'll sell supplements, and it's kind of next what I want to get into is, like, people talk about big pharma, and like, yeah, the drug tirzepatide that I'm taking, the brand name Zepbound Mounjaro, the patent is owned by Eli Lilly. Yeah, $1,000 a month. That's crazy, right? Well, I don't know how much they invested in researching this, but a lot of the times pharmaceutical companies spend billions of dollars. Most of the drugs that they study never even reach human trials. The ones that do, most of them fail. So like the amount of money they're making, like, nominally, is a lot of money, but like their margins just aren't as big as people think they are. Supplement companies, on the other hand, make so much money. So, like, if it's not a one a day vitamin and it's not something your doctor told you to take, just I wouldn't like me, I wouldn't take it. I'm taking a one a day vitamin to kind of fill in the gaps. Um, and nothing else. There's no other supplement that I'm taking. Well, I guess I take a protein shake, but that's not really what I'm talking about. Um, and there are groundbreaking things happening in weight loss science, but you should also understand that most of this science was established before even I was born. Like nothing's really changed a whole lot with it. Like it's not just calories in, calories out, but like at the end of the day, like if you have excess weight that you want to lose, it just comes down to taking in less energy than you're using. And that's like long and the short of it. Like there's good diets and bad diets. There's ways to balance your macronutrients in ways that are good and ways that aren't. Um, and like something that's important is slow and gradual weight loss is the best. It's better for preventing unwanted muscle loss. It's better for your skin to be able to adjust to the weight loss. It's better for your long term success. Like it gives your brain time to adapt to the new levels of energy that you're in. So it's like as long as you're slow and gradual, it's less likely that you're going to rebound. So there's like crash diets are called crash diets for a reason. Um, and like you don't want to lose consistently like 10, 15 pounds a week. I remember growing up, there's like, it's like the one of the worst reality slash game shows in existence is Biggest Loser. Um, there's a good Netflix documentary on it. If you have Netflix and you haven't seen the documentary, I'd recommend taking a look. But like, there's just, you look at these people who did lose, 10, 15 pounds a week, even like 5 to 7 pounds a week every week. And then like a lot of these people, their metabolism is completely ruined. They gained weight back. They have permanent health damage from it. In the middle of the show, they had major health events. Like it's just like slow and gradual. Unless you have like medically supervised rapid weight loss, which is something that is done in very specific cases. I don't even know what those cases are, but like basically doctors are monitoring you the entire time, like slow and gradual. Um, like there's simple things, gotta avoid saturated fats. Our food in general just has too much sodium in it. So, I mean, if you have the ability and time to meal plan, I highly recommend it because that way you're going to be avoiding a lot of that extra salt in a lot of, like, it's any food that you buy in the store that's not like fresh because salt makes things shelf stable. So, things that are going to be like a snack food, anything at the gas station, anything at a restaurant, it's going to have a lot of sodium in it. And a lot of people are not getting enough fiber. I believe last I checked, the recommendation for men is 30 grams a day, and a lot of people don't even get close to that. My current meal plan, I'm getting about 41 grams roughly, and I guess just kind of top this off. The meal plan that I have right now, I'm making this in batches. So right now I'm doing batches of about 8 meals at a time. I'm trying to increase the volume. It's just a little bit of trial and error on my part, but every individual meal, and I eat 2 of these every day, once at noon and once at 6 o'clock. And in the same day, I have a protein shake and a 1 a day vitamin supplement just to help fill in any of the gaps. I have one meal is 120 grams of skinless, boneless chicken breast that it's got light seasoning on it. I have 175 grams of quinoa, 150 grams of lentils, 150 grams of spinach, and 24 grams of olive oil. It's not exciting. It's not boring. It tastes good. I feel good when I'm eating it. It's but like I don't get a dopamine rush out of it. And even if I wasn't on the drug that I'm on, I still don't think I'd get a dopamine rush. And you know, that's what works for me right now. If I change it, maybe I'll add more recipes in future videos. But that, and then I'm making sure that I'm drinking enough fluid. So, I mean, this is my story. If you're trying to lose weight, I hope that you can find something that works for you. And if you know somebody in your life, friend or family member, and they just have never been able to lose weight, I would just really, really ask that you just consider, again, intentional weight loss fails 80 to 95% of the time. It's not a personal failing. It's not a lack of willpower. It's just biology. We're not wired to lose weight. It's hard. It's very difficult. And, I think there's a lot of cool things coming out. But like, if you are overweight and you want to lose weight, or even if you're not overweight and you have, you want to lose weight, if you can, I would talk to a doctor. That's going to give you advice that's like, influencers are trying to sell you things. Supplement companies are trying to sell you things. A doctor, you already paid them for the visit. They don't, I mean, at least they shouldn't be right there in their doctor's office selling you some, super brain supplement. They're gonna, they should be able to look at, your body, your family history, your vital signs, your tests, and your goals, and they'll be able to work with you to like come up with a plan and that works for you. And like, if it's not working and you keep talking to a doctor, that's probably going to lead to the most likely chance of you succeeding in your goals. But again, I'm not advising anybody do anything medically. I'm not advising people take the drug that I'm on. I'm not advising that people do the diet that I'm on. I'm not a professional. There are people way more qualified than I am. I'm just sharing my story and my own thoughts. And hopefully, as time goes on and I put more of these out, I'll still be continuing towards that long-term goal of the way I want to be. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.